Good evening and welcome to BJC Halacha A number 2230. Halacha that keeps the Yetzer Hara dedicated in loving memory of Daniela Bas Svi and Hashem Hashem Aliyah. Continuing with the halachas, the laws of the period between the 17th of Tammuz and Tisha B'Av, which is now. We are in that period. Okay. On each of the three Shabbases between the 17th of Tammuz and Tisha B'Av, we read one of the three Haftorahs of retribution. The laws of the weekly Haftorah, which is read each Shabbos after the Torah reading, can be found in chapter 79. We are in chapter 122 right now. The theme of these three Haftorahs is the warnings and lamentations of the prophets regarding the imminent destruction, unfortunately. So what are these three Haftorahs? Now, again, what they do is they trump the normal Haftorahs. Usually a Haftorah is from the prophets, and it's somewhat related to the Torah portion of the week. But in this case, whatever would have been the normal Haftorah is trumped by these three Haftorahs. So one of them is Divrei Yirmiyahu, the Haftorah beginning with Divrei, the words of Yirmiyahu, which is found in the prophet Yirmiyahu, chapter 1 until chapter 2, verse 3. The Haftorah beginning with Shimunah, Shimu Devar Hashem, hear the words of Hashem, that's the second one. And the Haftorah beginning with Chazon Yeshayahu, which is from Isaiah, the vision of Yeshayahu, Isaiah. So those are the three. A mnemonic device to aid in remembering the order of the Haftorahs is the Shach, which basically stands for Divrei, the first word in the first Haftorah, Shimu, and Chazon. Okay. Now, if the reader made a mistake and read on the first Shabbos after the 17th of Tammuz, the regular Haftorah that corresponds to the Torah reading of the day, as I mentioned before, he said, I forgot that because it says, usually it tells you what page is the normal Haftorah, but then tells you if it's the 3 weeks, then read this Haftorah, right? So he messed up. So what does he do? Then on the following Shabbos, the second one, they should read for the Haftorah Divrei Yirmiyahu and also Shimon. They should read both. They should read number 1 and number 2 that they would have read week 1, week 2. Now they read both 1 and 2 in week 2. Okay? And the reason why we'll see is because it's really connected. They're both from Yirmiyahu. One's chapter 1 until chapter 2, verse 3. And then the second one is chapter 2, verse 3 and on. So it's really just a continuous. And it's fine. And he actually says that you can't do that. He's about to read this. I'll read this in the footnote here. He says, for the passages of these two Haftorahs are adjacent to each other in the book of Yirmiyahu. That's why you could do it, because they're adjacent. He said, were they not near each other, we would not be able to read both, since the delay in the roll of the Haftorah scroll between the readings would entail an unwarranted pause during the Haftorah reading. We don't want to pause too long during service, even on Shabbos. It's called Tircha Tzibor. It's a burden for the community. Okay, if Rosh Chodesh Av, the first day of the month of Av, falls on Shabbos, we read the Haftorah of Hashemayim Kisi, the heaven is my throne, from Yeshaya, verses 1 to 24. However, there are places where they recite the Haftorah of Shimu, even in this case. So basically what he's saying is, if it's Rosh Chodesh, and it's a choice between the Rosh Chodesh laning of the Haftorah and one of the 3 weeks, actually the Rosh Chodesh takes precedence. That's what the Yetzer Hara says. This is the Haftorah that is read when any Rosh Chodesh falls on Shabbos. When Rosh Chodesh Av falls on Shabbos, it will be the second Shabbos of the 3 weeks, when Shimu would ordinarily be read. According to this custom, however, in such a case, the Haftorah Rosh Chodesh takes precedence. Interesting. Okay. I know. Thanks for listening to Sponsor BJC Halacha 36. 100 for the gold. Have a great day.